Hey everybody. Wow, long time no see is an understatement. You know what? I have actually... hold on. I'm going to be competing with my GPS. I have recorded several videos, front to finish, for my sort of welcome, hello everybody, I missed you. In a quarter mile, turn right. A lot of them were me just talking on my couch, getting you up to speed. I did Get Ready With Me on a different one. I have done probably 4 over the last 3 weeks, probably. And I just didn't like them. For one reason or another, I just didn't like them. So I'm hoping this one will actually make it, but we'll see. I'm not sure really sort of like what I'm going to get into in this one. I'm not sure what else is going to be in this. If this might just be a car chat, sort of. It might be what this one will be entirely. You can be my ride along. I have to go up north to pick up some dialysis solution for my husband. The last hurricane that hit completely flooded out the facility that manufactures the solution for at-home dialysis. It's really the same type of solution that they make for IV bags for hospitals. And there is a shortage. Their priority lies with really making sure hospitals have their IV bags. And then, you know, they're not forgetting about the solution for the PD dialysis patients. But nonetheless, it has really reduced the amount of product that's being produced, and they can't get everyone's shipments out in completion of what they need to get by from month to month in their treatments. I guess it would depend upon how much solution is needed for that individual patient. My husband needs actually quite a bit. He needs 3 bags, which means nothing to you, I realize, but for every treatment, every nightly treatment. Actually, he needs a little more than that because they added another round, another cycle of dialysis to his treatment. So anyway, what they're doing is they try to get as much of the order that was placed for the individual to be delivered at their home, but it's not going to be the whole thing. So you're going to probably need a few more boxes to get you through. So their priority right now is sending it to the kidney centers, sending anything that they can to the kidney centers so you can go there when or if you run out. So my husband is one of those people that is running out before his next, he can't get his whole order that he needs when he places it. That's what I'm doing. I'm going up north to the kidney center that we go to, and I am picking that up. He only needs 2 boxes, but we are fortunate to get 3 because the other thing that's going on is the delivery dates may or may not be what you are used to. You may have to, you know, it's sort of like up in the air. It's like we plan on getting your order out on this date, but it may be 1 or 2 days after. So we're getting an extra just in case that happens. My husband's, you know, rightly not panicking, but is concerned. He's like, I may need more if there, and I said, well, you know, I'll get it somehow. We will, if it's not at this kidney center, I can go to another one that's not even that far. Gee. that it's a beautiful fall day here. We have had what I love, which are very, we had a couple days of really super windy days. I'm talking, I don't think I have been in that kind of wind here in a very, very long time. The gusts were, I think they were only around 35 plus, maybe a little between 35 and 40 miles an hour. But that's really a lot. That's a lot when it's just like, I'm sure that's nothing to what some of you are used to, but wow, yeah, that was an incredibly windy day. I have one outdoor chair on my balcony with an ottoman, and then, you know, they all have their cushions, and I keep the cushions on because it's covered, but Loki likes to go out there and get on the chair and dig around and all of that, so I kept them on. Well, after that day, I was like, where's my ottoman cushion? And it had blown up and over my balcony onto the ground below. So when my son was visiting me, I said, could you get that? Because it's not easily accessible. My balcony is raised. I'm even though I'm on the ground sort of first floor, it's still raised up, and there's not like a path to get there, and there's landscaping and all of that. Hold on, I need to try to get myself over. Gosh, there's a lot of traffic for Wednesday. Anyway, so he did. He had to go around the building and down a little rock wall. I mean, not a wall. It was just like a big step. Anyway, so I got that back. And I put it in my little storage room just in case, because the next day was also windy, but nowhere as windy. It was windy, but not like the gusts we were getting that day. But I loved it because in the morning on that real windy day, it was raining too, and it was hitting the windows, and I don't know, I just love that kind of weather. And we've had gray days, like yesterday. It didn't rain, but it was gray and stuff, and today's gorgeous. I have to say, I've been real happy with our fall this year because we've had a little bit of everything, and it hasn't been just rain. We've had days like this where it's just a crisp, you know, fall day. Our temperatures haven't gotten below 40s, so we're not in the 30s or anything yet. And the 40s are our lows, so it's like overnight kind of thing, early in the morning, and then it gets in the upper 40s or 50s. So we haven't hit our cold, you know, what we would consider freezing temps, which would be 32 or something like that, but we'll get them. So our fall has been fabulous, I must say. Okay, I know you guys are like, Jill, what's been going on? But the I'm not going to say the short version because that never happens with me. If I get negative comments, what I do get is, oh my God, you talk too much. Get to the point, those kinds of comments. And I get them on all kinds of my videos, like all the videos. Get to the point, you talk so much, oh my God. It's okay. I'm sorry, but this is me, and believe you me, I have edited it to my heaven, and they still think that I talk, which I do. I'm sorry. It's probably my ADHD self kind of thing. But the people that get me and know me, they just hang in there. Y'all are just the best. Or you're like me and you get it. Anyway. Hold on. I'm going to lower my... So, I have moved again to an apartment, a little 900 square foot apartment. So I've downsized even more. I've downsized my budget, primarily is the reason that I did end up moving again. you know how much I love that house. I love my landlords. I love my neighbors. I love the location. I love the neighborhood. It was just the perfect all over sort of situation for me. And, you know, it really, it's like, I probably would have been best if I would have just bypassed and went to where I am now. But I really feel like I needed that. I needed the comfort of everything that I just said when I first, you know, sort of moved out. And I think at that time I was given, I'm going to say, by the help of, oh, okay, thank you. Apparently there's an object on the road ahead. My dad, my mom, my uncle, all those people that are up there or wherever they are in the spirit realm, if you will, I think that they did that for me. There are more than one object in the road. There are lots of objects on the road back there. God, how dangerous. Glad that wasn't because we don't know what's in those boxes. Could be something heavy, who knows? God, what a mess. Anyway, so I really don't regret that. I needed to, once I wrapped my head around the idea of getting out of the house, which took me a long time. That was not a real fast decision. It took me a lot of processing, and with the help of my son and my children in general, just that my son, you know, he lived with us. He still lives there with my husband, but, you know, he was in it in a way, even though he wasn't home a lot, which I know he does that on purpose, and he needs to be able to, you know, do that. I mean, come on. And they just, and my very good friend that's been my friend since freshman year in high school, that lives in California, just pulled no punches really with me. They didn't dance around the bush or, you know, try to sugarcoat it or ease me into it. They were very blunt about it, and it just still took me a long time to realize that for the health of my mental health, my physical health, all of the health, peace, just everything. And they just helped me realize that I can still, I can, anyway, they helped me to come to the realization that it would be best for everyone. And my husband doesn't understand that it's best for him too. He doesn't understand that. I absolutely am not seeking any legal course. This is a very unusual, unique situation. And I'm not going to get into the very personal reason that caused things to sort of flip like that, where for my mental health and stress level, which is part of the mental health too, that I would be better off to just remove myself from living under it 24 hours a day. So I'm still, like, you know, today I'm picking this up, and I still make sure that I order his groceries when he asks for, you know, he sends me lists. I'm only about probably 12-ish minutes away from there. And I take him to his doctor's appointments, but anyway, so we're very close. I'm very close. And again, my son lives there still, but he's very self-sufficient. He does everything for himself. He cooks way more than I do. And does his own laundry, and he's able to give himself his shower. You know, everything is still very much 100% doable for him. And we're keeping a close eye on him as a family. And if things change, we have contacted through my daughter somebody that can help us navigate scenarios that may be upcoming in the future, and it's just good to know we have a point of contact that can help us navigate whatever comes our way. But as for the decision to have to move, believe me, moving was not my first choice. I was doing everything I could to stay there. There wasn't enough room in the budget for me to build any kind of security stash, for emergencies, any kind of savings for even if I decided to do something for myself. At the time I was pondering getting back into my skincare business as an esthetician, maybe leasing a small space and going out and working again. But I can't. I couldn't do that there. And I just had a very hard time. It just wouldn't have happened. I have to have a safety net for something like that. And so I looked for jobs and applied to many. And some of them are just jobs, like just to get some money coming in. And some of them, a couple of them were actual wonderful sort of career opportunities in the business that I grew up in, which is the beauty industry. And I applied for a couple of those. And in one in particular, I did 3 different types of interviews with them. And anyway, they ended up wanting to just promote from within. So that was sort of the last straw, because for me, the other ones, it's like, what the heck? And ageism is a thing. I'll just tell you that. I just turned 59 in October, and there's just no other explanation to a lot of the ones that I didn't even get an interview with. It's just ageism. They didn't have anything to do with the beauty industry, but it just was hard for me to fathom that I just didn't even get an initial interview. I put together a great resume and cover letters that I would tweak depending on what sort of job I was applying for. And for a couple months there, it was a roller coaster, and I was extremely hyper-focused with problem solving and wanting to stay at the house. That's when I sort of made the decision, I'm going to have to drop the ball with my YouTube channel for now, because I was that's what happens with me anyway, is all my energy, I've become so hyper-vigilant, hyper-focused on whether it is a project or something like this, that I just have no mental capacity or space to fill it with anything else. And it's from the time I go to bed at night and thinking to the time I wake up, it's all I think about. And that's what I did for like a couple months there, the whole time. And then finally I realized, okay, this isn't happening. It's now causing me extreme stress, because I don't like just barely hanging on financially. We did that our whole married lives until the last probably 6 years or so. And it just is a different type of anxiety and stress in my life, in just a different category. It's like, this is not what I need. This is not the plan. So I decided, okay, I have control over this. I am just going to have to swallow it and swallow the hard pill that I'm going to have to move and do it this way. So I did. So once I realized that, I became very hyper-focused on finding a place, which was really hard because rent right now is astronomical. But I needed to save enough money to make it worth it. So it all came down to apartments, because homes, that's the other thing that killed me about leaving that house, is I feel like it was such a great deal, but still I needed to save, even more. So that's where I immersed myself, and I am just now getting myself settled. My recording room, there were things I couldn't settle upon, like I wasn't going to give on, I need an extra bedroom. The 1 bedrooms, of course, are in the price range. It's like, I'm living in an apartment that has not been updated, like old countertops, fixtures, they're like the old boob lights kind of thing, and carpet that was brand new. It was brand new carpet. I tried to get an apartment that had no carpet because I have my animals, but it just didn't happen. Because I had to save enough money to make it worth my while of leaving behind what I was leaving behind. So I finally found a place. Poor Loki lost his yard that he loved so much. The other thing I wasn't going to give on, which seems trivial, was a fireplace. I wanted a fireplace. It just brings me a sense of coziness and warmth to my life in literal and non-literal sense. I just love having a fireplace. So I didn't cave on that. And I have a wood burning fireplace, and I've been burning in it. I've been burning Durf Logs, and I actually looked into those before I completely committed to, because I mean, like, if you're going to burn wood, where in the world are you going to store it? I have a balcony, and I have a little storage room that is going to be filled with like Christmas decorations and stuff like that. Where am I going to be storing wood? So I looked into Durf Logs because I've always thought they were just horrible, chemical, terrible for your health and the planet, but they're not actually. They're more efficient. They burn less toxins in the air than actual wood. They are better for indoor burning in your fireplace because some people use them for their fire pits as well. They create less mess, to clean up, and they burn longer and hotter per piece. You're only supposed to burn one at a time because they do burn pretty hot. Anyway, I learned all kinds of stuff about it. They're made out of compressed like sawdust, but or I'm not even if that's the most accurate definition, but and also other organic things, like I think they even mentioned, like, is it coffee beans? Just organic materials. They're not full of a bunch of chemicals, is what I'm saying. So that was pleasantly surprising. So I have invested in some Durf Logs on those occasions when I want to burn, and they've been really great. I still have to have my sawdust pail and shovel to clean out the fireplace from time to time, but anyway, I love that feature in my apartment. I love the size of the balcony. The balcony is actually, comparably with other apartments, is a really good size. But one thing I can say is that the neighborhood is lovely. The location is lovely. The actual apartment complex is really pretty. It's quite quiet. I've noticed that because I'm on the bottom floor, so there's somebody above me, and there's even somebody on one side. I have an in unit, which is great, but the insulation is actually pretty fabulous, and I'm sure a lot of that has to do with that there is carpet. But I don't hear really, I hear them walking around upstairs, and I hear their toilet flush. And that's it. I haven't heard talking. I haven't heard anything. And especially if I have my TV on, I hear nothing. But we do hear walking around and stuff like that, which, boy, that first week, my dogs could not figure, even the cats couldn't figure out what the heck it was. And they did bark, and I'm very self-conscious about that because I don't want to get complaints. The other thing, though, is I loved the complex so much that I'm like, okay, they don't accept dogs. It's a cat-only community, but Loki and Buddy are my little dogs, and they are ESA certified, which means that they are my emotional support animals. So they have to allow them to live there. They can't deny them. They also can't charge me extra pet bread like all of the different places do for your pets. However, I also have 2 cats, so it's $25 extra per month per cat. And I have 2, so I have to pay $50 a month to have my cats there. It's so annoying. I understand it, but geez, then drop your deposit. Like, they still you still have to pay, you know, a deposit. It's like, geez, oh. But anyway, I moved in. I had to hire movers because, oh God, you guys, I have gained so much weight. That has affected my everything. So I have tried not to beat myself up about that, quite simply because I know that was just sort of what happened when I moved. It's almost like when you relax, then I don't know, it ended up happening like I don't know, it ended up where I gained a bunch of weight. So whatever, that's fine. I know I'm not going to have this weight forever, but I'm not stressing about it either. And I haven't come to a place where I am ready to commit to taking it off. So I'm just sort of like surviving and doing what I need to do to get my life in a place where it is more conducive to happiness and joy, and that's where my focus is right now. Thank you for listening. I really want to thank you so much for hanging in there, for letting me know you'll be there for me when I decide to come back, for reaching out in all the different avenues, Instagram, YouTube, messaging, emailing, hoping I'm okay, and concerned. So I did put a little blurb out a few weeks back about, you know, I'm okay. I'm just kind of, my focus is somewhere else right now, on my YouTube community page, just to ease your minds. And I appreciate you guys so much. I've missed you. I've missed your energy. And I've missed creating for my channel. So I hope this video is the launch to getting myself, you know, sort of back in it, a place where I do find joy and, you know, something that just brings my life joy, and it always has. So it's a piece to my life that I am excited to get back to. That's where I've been. That's where I've been in my head. That's where I've been in general. And I'm coming out of it now. I'm getting settled in. And I'm coming to a place where my brain is dumping the stuff that needs to go. That's, you know, like I can't imagine getting back to this and recording when my apartment was in just boxes and just disheveled. I just can't function like that. It's like I'm one of those people that I have to have a clean kitchen before I can cook my next meal, because I can't function in disarray. And so now I'm getting to that. You know, I'm not ready yet to record in my recording room, because that still has some things that has to happen. But in the meantime, I'm going to do my best to, you know, hold on. But I am going to do my best to get you something. I need to do that. I enjoy connecting with you. On that note, say hi down below. I say this all the time, but it's the only way I know you're there, is if you say something. So if you have nothing to say, just say hi so I can see you and know that you're there. You know, this community that we have built, I'm hoping is still out there, and I won't know that until I make a few videos. So if you are watching this, please let me know. And on that note, I hope to see you very, very soon. Bye.